Alright, I'm Thomas Lee, and we're going to do an inspection on this rig. So, do an inspection, start here at the driver's door, work around. So, start start with the mirror, and make sure there's no missing bolts, it's not bent, cracked, broken, or missing. The whole glass needs to be clear and nothing obstructing it because that's the exact size it needs to be, and it's a safety issue. So can't have anything on the mirror, and it needs to be there, can't be cracked or anything. Window can't be broken. Same thing with your running board steps here. There can't be any missing bolts, cracked, bent, broken, or missing. You get in here, check the battery. The battery cables need to be good. You can also check your depth while you're down here. And then move to the door. Door needs to latch properly, needs to work well. And here. Then we got door seal. These are double seals. So you're gonna have one here, you're gonna have one here. And both seals need to be unbroken so you don't get emissions up into the cab. You don't want that, it's a safety issue. So you also need to make sure that this edge is clean and not broken, cracked, or dented, because then you won't get a good seal on the rubber here. Same thing with this surface here. Latch needs to work both ways, so you check your latch here on the inside. You get in. You need to make sure, so we're not turning this truck on, but when you do, you need to make sure that all the windows work properly. You can operate them all from here, sitting safely and comfortably. You need to make sure that your seat moves so that you can be comfortable. You need to check the whole inside of the cab, because if something goes wrong while you're driving, that's a safety issue. So you need to just check everything while you're in here. Even little stuff, visors. Make sure the steering wheel is free to play. You're gonna check your windshield wipers. Make sure that they're not broken, bent, damaged, weather rotted, any of that. Of course, while you're in there, you're gonna check your lights, all your gauges, check engine light. You're gonna make sure your air system's building the air pressure for your brake system and all that. Moving back, you're gonna check the body panels. Make sure that the body panels are in good condition, not bent, broken, cracked, dented, damaged. Another thing. While you're in the cab, you're checking for safety equipment, your fire extinguisher, your road hazard signs, all that stuff, flashlights, all your safety stuff needs to be in there or in this little box. Sometimes it's in the box on the side, sometimes it's in the cab. You need to have that. These fairings need to be in good condition. And if you do have a trailer on the back, it needs to be at least 3 feet between the trailer and the fairing. Your gas tank. You need to check your gas tank, make sure it's secure, properly mounted, not cracked or leaking, no leaks. You check the ground underneath for leaks. You can also rub it, make sure you don't have anything on there. Your trailer connections. All your trailer connections are going to have rubber grommet in here. You need to make sure that this rubber is in good condition, not broken, cracked, dry rotted, any of that missing. Just give it a general inspection. Then you got here's your electrical connection. And look inside these holes, make sure all these pins are good. Nothing in these holes, nothing that looks unsafe. Those look good. As you're moving back through here, you're looking at the frame, making sure the frame's not cracked, bent, broken, damaged. Any of that. You can't have any holes drilled in your frame. You can't have anything welded to the frame. That's a no-go. Anything here that I'm talking about in this inspection, by the way, if it's not correct, out of commission. While you're back here looking at your frame, start looking at your drive shaft. So, same thing, not bent, cracked, broken, nothing welded to it. Make sure it's in correct alignment, proper phasing. Checking the U-joints, all your bolts are not missing, and correct tightness. Your mud flaps, they all need to be present, and they all need to be in good condition, no missing bolts. They all need to be proper length and width. All your tires, while you're checking all your tires, you can't have any gap in between the rims on the double tires. And for all the rims in general, you need to make sure that the rims aren't bent, cracked, broken, or damaged. You're also checking for rust. And you need to check all your lug nuts, make sure all your lug nuts are present, proper tightness. And then as you're moving around the tires, give them a tread depth check. So the front tires, the steer tires, is 430 seconds is the minimum, and then all the rest of the tires are 230 seconds is the minimum. So take your tread depth gauge here and give them a quick check, do a couple spots, take an average, check it. Then you're going to repeat this step on all the tires. So, okay, you're going to repeat that process all over. As you're moving back here, check the fifth wheel, make sure everything works properly, your release, make sure there's grease on the top, make sure it's properly secured and mounted, make sure all the bolts are present and correct tightness. Moving back, check the tires for everything that I said about the last tire. Rims, tire, tread depth. Oh, while you're checking tires, you don't want to look on the sidewall here. Make sure that the casing is not expired. Also make sure that on the steer tires they're not retreads. Proper inflation. Those are all things you need to check on all tires. Moving around here, so these lights aren't going to work because there's electrical wires right there, but make sure all your lights work. Same thing, pretty more the same as move up this side. You check your mud flaps, check the tires again. Same thing, lug nuts, rims, pressure, tread depth, casing. Check your exhaust system. Make sure that you don't have any leaks, holes. Make sure there's no visible signs of leaks, rust holes. You have another gas tank, same thing, you're checking for leaks, making sure it's mounted properly. Body panels, good. Make sure your gas caps fit snugly, come off and on well. Same thing on both sides. Check the mirrors, just like you would check the rest of the mirrors. Be present, securely mounted, nothing missing, bent, cracked, broken, or damaged, and the full face of the mirror needs to be unobstructed. And all your little safety markers like this, they also need to be present, unobstructed, can't be cracked, covered with any stickers or anything. They need to be what they were made to be. And then windows again, and windshield wipers. When you get in the engine compartment, you're looking for signs of leaks. When the engine's running, you're going to be listening to it too, listen for odd sounds, grinding sounds, anything that tell you something's wrong. While it's not running, you can be looking for signs of leaks. You're looking for things that are loose, damaged, cracked, broken, bent, missing bolts. Check your fluid levels, all your fluids. You're in here, you can also, under the hood here, you can also check your front end. You always check your leaf springs, your steering linkage, your tie rod, your brake chambers. You need to be checking your brake chambers for all tires, not just one tire. And then, same thing on this side, the engine off, looking for signs of leaks. Any sort of damage that should be corrected. And then, you've got more, everything in the truck's more up here. You've got more frame. You need to be checking for things welded to the frame, cracked frame, bent, broken, missing bolts. Checking the front end and brakes. Making sure everything's greased properly. And that, we're back to where we started. Start the inspection here, work our way around, back to where we started, whole truck's inspected.